Welcome aboard to today's session of Trade Along Live with Saul. It is April 12th, 2022. Everything do here is for educational purposes only. Nothing pertains direct trading advice. This is an opportunity to trade along with a 25-year veteran trader of the trading pits. Saul is also actively scalping for his own trading account, utilizing his tools. Saul's going to give out this morning's levels and zones. These are opportunity points based on his price action trading technique. If you'd like to learn his technique, he does take you into private class, a select group of traders into a private class, and teaches them his price action trading methodology, how to set his proprietary scalping levels, what to do with those levels, the entries, exits, and stops. That's his trading education opportunity here. It's separate from this Trade Along Live session. Trade Along Live session is a subscription service. It's on from 9 a.m. to about 12 noon with the body of the action and the trading between 9:30, the opening bell out of New York, and 11:30. So welcome aboard. If you haven't signed up, I'll send out a link, a discount link. Make sure you self-assess before you get booted. It's nominal, so make sure you sign up. Ingrid, Nick, Steve. Hey, Yara, I haven't heard from you. I'm going to have to exit you today if I don't hear from you, so let me know. At the end of the morning, I reach out to you and you're like a ghost. So let me know if you're a bot or you have a heart. Just want to make sure everybody's here for the right reason. TradeAlongLive.com is the link to come in. TradeAlongLive.com. Strap yourself in. Hey, Dean. Hey, Pat, good morning. Yard. Hey, Nick, that's great. Nice chatting with you. Yara, let me know.
All right, good morning, everyone. Can everybody hear me all right? Let's give you our levels for this morning. Our pivot this morning is 44.44. 44.44. Support below at 38, 28, 20, 12, and 02. Resistance on the upside at 54, 63, 74, 82, and 91. Pivot 44.44. Another song, 44.44. Maybe. 54 on top, resistance 63, 74, 82, and 91. Support below at 38, 28, 20, 12, and 02 as we swiftly come down here to the 38. And obviously we are trading off of the results from the inflation number that was released this morning, and obviously it was a little bit better than expected. As we swiftly come down here to the blue band area again, just as we trade, so we don't have to even have to take the 38. Probably didn't have enough time to even put it in there. And we'll see what it wants to do down here. 28 is our next support level. All right. See what it wants to do as it reacts to this number that we have, that the CPI number, which was, I guess it was bad, worse than 40 years, but not as bad as some people were kind of expecting. I guess the whisper number was a lot higher than what it turned out to be. So it was kind of more. This is more a relief rally here versus anything as far as good news was concerned. The relief was that it wasn't as bad as some of the numbers that they were expecting. So I had a little pop there, not only in the S&Ps but in the bond market as well. And now we're just kind of floating down here. Next support level we have is down at the 28 area. So we'll see what it wants to do. We're probably looking at 4 or 5 points on our stops this morning. So we'll see where this market takes us. As welcome to some of the new folks that are here. We are trading mini S&Ps. We're looking for opportunity to scalp the market using the levels we just gave out, in addition to price action opportunities that occur once the market paints some bars. A combination of both of those give us opportunities to trade. We shall see where the day takes us. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. U.S. inflation hit 8.5% in March, the highest level since the end of 1981. Higher gas prices accounted for half of the March inflation spike. Rising food and rent prices also hurt. What kept it in line was used car prices, and new car prices went down, which kept the number from being completely out of whack, I think. All right, we're just kind of floating down here, kind of. I don't know what happened, Don. There's one day he was here, and one day he's not. And you're back on duty again. Can't get good help these days. All right, as we hugging the blue band area, trying to see what it wants to do. Oh, well, there he is. He's finally. He's a little late. It's California. I think he's not used to these hours anymore. He's got to get reconnoitered. All right. Do you see the levels in the chat there, Mark? Can we repeat the levels? There they are. All right. All right, we're dancing around our blue band here, trying to get us a little bit of support. That was the back up to the 38 level. And now we're just kind of holding and trying to move forward a little bit. And again, all we're trying to do is find the areas that we might find the ability to scalp the market, looking for a 4 or 5 point return. And I would say that should be about right, considering, especially if we start rallying again. But who knows if we're going to start to rally? This could be just a just a little bounce. Dead cat bounce, they call it. I love those words sometimes. All right. So we have our levels, and we're looking for areas that we can focus in on and trade and make a little bit of money. We're scalping the market. That's what we're doing here on an everyday basis. We're looking for areas where we feel the market will rotate for us and give us a chance to scalp. Again, we're looking at about 4 or 5 points on our trades, and we're also looking about 4 or 5 opportunities during the course of the day, and I think we probably can average that. Now remember that Friday is Good Friday, so there's not going to be trade. Markets are closed. So trade over the next couple of days will be focused in, probably in the morning hours. And I think it's this, especially as the week goes on, there's going to be less and less opportunity as far as trading all day. You're going to probably get some trade in the morning, and then probably not too much in the afternoon. As you can see, yesterday afternoon was kind of quiet. It gets into a range and really doesn't do much. All right, let's see here. If there's any other numbers besides that CPI number. There's just and yesterday, if there was any movement in the market at all, it was due to the some of the Fed speaks that we're talking. They created some volatility in the market, whatever it was in the afternoon. It was a very tight range in the afternoon, kind of slowly downticked, but really kind of dead, kind of found that level on the downside there and kind of hung there for most of the afternoon. That's why the afternoon trade is very, very, it's just not worth the effort and aggravation that you could put into it, unfortunately. All right. So today, that's it as far as numbers are concerned. There will be a 10-year note auction at noon Chicago time. Could create a little volatility there in the bond market. Again, the only reason we're mentioning it is because that kind of volatility could leak into equities. Inflation watchers this morning will be eyeing the Labor Department Consumer Price Index, which will be released this morning. The CPI is expected to come in at a whopping 8.4% for March, and the White House has already warned the headline figure, which includes volatile food and energy, will extraordinarily elevated. I guess they kind of warned that yesterday. As we swiftly hold that blue band area and pop back up here, we're looking next level on the upside we have is up at 54. The White House was warning of a bad number, and I guess that kind of created a little scariness. The number was going to be very, very bad, worse than expected, and it just came out right as expected, even though the number is still bad. I guess, like I said, the whisper number was a lot worse. Americans hasn't witnessed inflation levels at above 8% since 1981, and the number would mark the 13th month it has hit above the Fed's long-standing target range of 2%. Oh, well, that got blown away fast. It's going to be ugly, said Mark Zandi, who's Moody's analyst. It's a perfect storm: Russian invasions, surging oil prices, China lockdown, further disruption of the supply chain, wage growth acceleration, unfilled positions, just kind of scrambled mess leading to painfully high inflation. In terms of how traders will react to the reports, some feel the figure is priced in, though others say it can confirm worryiness on underlying trend. Recently, there has been a pickup of services inflation, which will lead to higher, which will be harder to reverse than the pressure seen in the goods and sector. That were largely a result of supply and demand mismatches. These factors are fueling concerns that inflation will become more embedded in the U.S. economy, prompting the Fed to embark on quantitative tightening cycle, triggering fears of a coming recession. Again, it's going to be hard to get past the recession situation here, I think, but what do I know? So we came up quickly up to the 50 area. We were looking at 54. Now we're just kind of hanging around our pivot. Very, very thin kind of market that hasn't really changed. We got a lot of volatility in the morning, quick moves, and then the afternoon just kind of dies out. So see what it wants to do up here at the 54 area if we get up there. And we get kind of held our blue band there, that blue band area very nicely, and then rotated back up. Now we're just kind of hanging here. All right. With this number released today, this could be it for the whole week. So we were just kind of hanging around our pivot area here as far as, given the fact that it's a holiday week and something has to happen. Look, you can say anything about incumbent. I mean, there's no way, doesn't matter who was in office, this was all going to happen. This was the perfect storm. Well, the Russia war thing was, again, and, created a new set of situations, but there was the supply chain issues before that. That was going to happen no matter what. Again, you can blame the politicians in office, but that was really not going to be that was just in the cards. Everything was playing out that way. All right, we are just slowly inching our way up here. Again, nice rotation there off of our little support area there. And now we're just slowly coming back up here. We've got resistance at the 54 area. Kind of holding our pivot area here at 44. Let's see. COVID-19 cases rise across the country. To Philadelphia is bringing back the indoor mask mandate for schools, daycare, businesses, restaurants, government buildings. Under the new rules, there will be no vaccine or testing requirements for places that serve food or drink, meaning everybody will be subject to new orders that kick in on April 18th. Most U.S. states and cities are still imposed indoor mask mandates, dropped requirements back in February and early March following new guidelines from the CDC. So yeah, the Northeast actually is getting a little new wave of COVID. I don't know how bad it's going to be, but unfortunately, this ain't going away anytime soon. Every time, I don't think it's as bad. These new waves are not as bad as the original first. Nobody handled those, but definitely, it's still around, and we're still gonna have to deal with it. I think it's not over. Not gonna be over anytime soon, just because we blink an eye and it's done with. It's just like a persistent cold that never goes away, right? Can we repeat the levels again in the chat? There we go. Oh, we're just kind of hanging up here. And the next level on the upside we have is around the 54 area. All right, coming right up to our 54 area here and bouncing off here a little bit. Right up to 54 and a quick rotation down to the 52. Testing this 54 area here a little bit. Yeah, it's bouncing around there. So if you don't like the price action, you can take a little bit of a profit or exit there. Again, you don't have to keep your trade in there until you get stopped out if you don't like the price action. You are definitely given choices here. All right. It's getting a little bit choppy around it. Obviously, it's giving you a little bit of a rotation. You don't have to, again, like I said, if you don't like the price action, at least you're getting a little bit of a rotation here against it. So definitely can pick and choose how, if you're taking multiple contracts, you have choices. All right, we're just kind of hanging around this 54. Getting a couple pushes down to 52 here, so hopefully you were able to get out of some of your trades there against that level. And we were talking about scratching some, getting out of some. Uh, 2 points, not $2. You 2 points. Well, actually, that's well with the added volatility, we're probably looking at about 3 or 4 points, not dollars. Are you trading the micros? That not I don't know where you got $2, 2 points, 8 ticks. I don't know, $2 is, I don't know where $2 is gonna be. We continue to uptick here. We're looking at our next resistance area here at the 63 area. So if you can clarify that, Nick, I would answer that for you. Each point in the S&Ps from 44.61 to 44.62 is $50. So I'm not quite sure, you know. Market continues to rally here a little bit. Market is very enthusiastic about the number that came out. A good number that came out. Working the 63 area here a little bit again, giving you choices. We're just kind of hanging around the 63. Again, we're not the added volatility here due to the fact that this number was a little bit better than expected. It's creating this little push to the upside. Could we have gotten long? We did have a little support there at the 38 area, our blue band as well. All right, now we're getting a little rotation here against our 63 area. Got up to 66 and change. And it came off here a little bit. So again, trading multiple contracts, you're given choices getting in and getting out. How you trade is all dependent on your risk tolerance. Everybody here has different risk tolerances. So Nick, just in case you were wondering, there's the E-mini contract and then the E-mini micro contract, and they both have different valuations per each tick. Tick is from a 49, from 9 to a quarter to a half to 75. I think you are probably talking about maybe you've traded options in the past, and that's why you maybe getting options trades a little bit different than futures contracts. I'm thinking maybe that's where the confusion lies, but I don't know. I don't know what you've done, so just putting it out there. All right, nice rotation there against our 63 area. Again, talking about 4 or 5 point stops, and we did not get stopped up there, and nice rotation here off of it. I'll give us our little opportunity to make a little bit of money against that upper level. We talked about working the 54 area because of the way it was trading up there. And now we're rotating back down. A little support right now would be around the 54 area. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. We don't mind questions whatsoever. All right, next level on the resistance on the upside is up at 74. All right, just kind of hanging here, coming off that high that we had. Got up to, like I said, the 66 area and then came off. So they'd say we have a little support around 55, 54. So coming down here right now, it's very, very choppy, very, very fluid. You gotta just be patient and wait for the market to give us an opportunity. All right, nice rotation there against, got down to 54 and popped back up here to 56. Nice push. Oh, nice little rotation up here. So makeup was a nice little trade there for us. If you did decide to jump in there and buy the 54 area, as we talked about, it's having some support. Very nice quick rotation against it. All right, nice little trade there. If you did jump in again, we're just looking for opportunities to trade the market, scalp the market based off a price action. That trade was obviously a price action opportunity. And the market created for us once the market painted some bars, and so we had a nice little quick scalping opportunity for us. All right, right now support would be around our 44 pivot. That's our next support level that we have. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. Kind of just hanging around this 54. Did bounce off of it already, so we're not using that again. Next support level we have is down at 44, and the next resistance area on the upside is up at 74. Kind of in the middle here. Let's just be patient. Yeah, well, Monday as well in Europe, the markets are closed because of Easter. That's, I didn't know that. We're definitely going to be closed here on Monday for sure. I mean, Friday for sure. Sure. Can we repeat the levels in the chat again for us? And right now, next support level we have is down at the 44, like I said. Pivot gets our blue bands coming in there 46, so somewhere in that area. I think it's the that California sun. Not so much vacation. It's kind of fries the brain a little too much. When you go to the beach every day, it's a little bit of a problem. Not the same as the Texas sun. Yeah, must be something. Oh, that's funny. All right, we're just kind of chopping here. Again, we have to wait for opportunities to trade. We just don't trade for sake of trading. We're looking for areas that might give us an opportunity to scalp the market. Right now, on the upside, resistance is up at the 74 area. Downside support would be down at the about the 44 area. kind of in the middle here, I like to call a no trade zone, where we have to be a little bit patient and wait for opportunities. Which number? Well, it wasn't, let's not get carried away by good. It wasn't as bad. I think they were expecting a worse number. It came out right where it was expected. So I think the whisper number was a lot worse. They were expecting like a tremendously bad number, but they didn't get that. It actually came out right where it was expected. So I think the expectation was for it to be a lot higher. All right, we're just kind of hanging around here, kind of going nowhere fast, got ourselves on a little bit of a range. again, this is where we have to be patient. And like I said, this is like the no trade zone. As far as we're concerned, we have to let the market kind of do its thing and then wait for opportunities to trade. We're not just jumping in the middle of a trade for no reason. All right, Philip, you too. Take care. Have a good day. All right, again, market kind of quickly down ticks here. Looking at the, still looking at about the 44 area, 45, 44 area is a little support. Yeah, that's what I heard. That multiple people shot in the subway in New York, which where my daughter is, and she does take the subway. Of course, I had to make sure she was okay this morning. Scary stuff. What's going on everywhere? No, it's just like you can't go anywhere anymore without God knows something might happen at any moment. It's like brutal. Yeah, only a guy from Texas would give that recommendation. Take your gun out and you can shoot back. I don't have any news service on. I heard that this morning that they about the subway thing this morning before the market. It was already in the market before I got on. But Bloomberg TV is okay. I mean, you got to remember, I started this room because I was on the floor trading, and I had I had always people around me. And then when I went up to my office, it was kind of very quiet. I didn't appreciate just listening to. At the time, I had CNBC on. It got boring for me, so I decided to have this trading room so we can have a little back and forth with other traders. So as far as me having some news service, I don't really. Actually, I do watch. If I need to catch up on where the market, I mean, I do have my. I can always like log in and check where markets are myself. But if I'm in front of the TV at night and I want to see where the markets are, I might turn on Bloomberg. But nothing wrong with them. I just they're all just talking heads. And so there's one reason that I started this room was because I just wanted to get past just listening to those people talk on TV. I don't know if that makes sense. If you're trying to find direction to the market, we don't use that as directional. And you got to remember that if there's any news that actually comes out in the market that's going to affect the market that we trade, it's Bloomberg or any other news service is not going to have it. Not going to help us because it'll be already priced into the market by the time they get it on the news. Like we will get a move in the market, and then but 10, 15, 20 minutes later, you'll find out why that move occurred. Somebody said something, or there was a geopolitical situation going on, or we'll always get that news after the fact. It's just proven. There's no way that we're going to get the news first and then be able to trade that news. Doesn't work that way. And even if, be honest with you, even if I did get the news beforehand, I'd probably mess it up. I probably traded the wrong way. I get the wrong position on somehow, some way. I'd mess it up for sure. I mean, if you told me what like the S&P number was or the CPI number was, I'd mess it up. Guarantee. Yeah, I mean, the market will tell you the news, right? The market will eventually tell you what the news is going to be and how the market reacts to it. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, even if I knew what the numbers were, I'd probably mess it up. It's a proven fact. Well, it's not a fact, but every time I traded a number or I had a position on what number was out, I'd lose money. That's guaranteed. But that's why I'm always telling you guys and the girls, let's make sure we don't have position odds when numbers are going to be released. At least when we know there's a number that's going to be released. I mean, there's obviously going to be some situations where um, there's going to be some news that we're going to have a position on and we're going to get caught. That's just going to be, that's the nature of the business once in a while. But if you know that there's a number, a fundamental number that's going to be released, or something that is around like the Fed, that they're going to have their thing, you know, you don't have to be, we can stay away. We don't have to trade. I've lost so much money trading the Fed stuff. It's not even worth the aggravation there either. All right, we've come down here to, again, this is a little bit riskier. Our pivot, 45 to 44 area, I said. So this is where we're at, trying to see if we're not. If otherwise, it's a little bit riskier because of the way the price action is playing out. So not as strong as it was originally, as I mentioned, but still a little bit of a trade if you are a little very aggressive, I should say. And again, there's different risk tolerances here for everybody, and not everybody trades the same. So it is, some people will take the trade, some people won't. Really, next support level that we have, well, we already used the 38. Probably look at the 28 on the downside if you're more risk averse. All right, getting a little bit of look. We're getting a little bit of a pop here. We don't have to take. We got down to 44 and then pop up to 46. You could take your little trade, the little profit that you got here, considering it's a very risky, a little riskier trade, only because of the way the timing of the price action. But if you did take it, you got a nice little pop back up and quick pop down. So it gave you a little opportunity there. Again, you have to have your trades in the ladder ticket to be able to exit and enter sometimes. So if you put your order in and you know, put your orders in to exit the trade as well, and that gives you a good chance when it did what it just did there, where it quickly gyrated to the upside and came back down, that you get filled. Gyrated, is that a good word for trading? That's good for you. All right, we're just kind of holding, hanging around this pivot area. Again, nice rotation there against our pivot area there, if you were so inclined. So a nice little pop up there against that our pivot area there that we talked about is a little bit of support. So again, the next support level we have is really at 38 already got tested. So we're not looking at that anymore. We're looking at the 28 area. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. The market is doing a good job of holding the pivot area. Again, we gave out those levels early this morning when the market started, so it's not like we are just guessing what these areas are. And then the price action dictated a little support opportunity here. Again, we're looking at the price action in addition to the levels that we give out to give us our opportunities to trade. The combination of both of those gives us good areas where we focus in on to try to make a little bit of money. We're scalping the market here on an everyday basis. So again, next support level I have is down at the 28 area. And now the original level that I had there was 38. Again, it's a little bit riskier. The dynamics are still there, but the support level is still there. But if you're going to take it, it's a lot riskier this time around. Because we kind of ran through it a little, but because of the way it's reacting or the way you trade it, you could use it for a quick scalp if you were. Obviously, there's times when you have to discount it totally. And if anybody has any questions, a good time to ask in the chat, as they've taken a little bit of the volatility out of the market, slowly down ticking here. As long as we stay below 54, we might have a little downward push to the market. Right, the market's staying a little bit, coming down here a little bit to the downside. The support level we have is down at the 28. Right, the market did hold this old support level here at 38. And again, had to a little of a very aggressive play there if you did take it. You want yesterday's levels? Oh, there they are, actually. Oh, that was impressive that you had them that fast. Well, those are yesterday's levels, not today's. That's impressive that you had those already up there. I don't see it. There, if you look at the chat, they should be there for everyone. Now you should be able to see it, maybe. How you doing there, Rose? You don't see it in the numbers, our numbers for today? Can we repeat the levels for today? Is that what you need? Today's levels? Oh yeah, sure. So how about, did you get the packet from Brad? Okay, so he'll send those out to you, and then we're going to use those as a guide to the course. Not that everything's in there, except it just helps me use to help you expand on stuff that I'm going to talk about. So um, we'll get that to you, and if we get that to you today, maybe we can schedule. If you get it tomorrow morning, can you do it tomorrow? We have a class tomorrow afternoon or Thursday. Tomorrow or Thursday. Let's do Thursday for sure. How's that? Let's focus in on Thursday. And that way I'll make sure you get that packet today or tomorrow, and then can we do Thursday? Okay, Thursday at around 12-ish, which would be about 1 o'clock your time. Great. All right, coming down here to the 28 area. Thanks there. Thank you for letting us know about our room there, Yara. All right, again, market support, and we have at 28. A little support level we have there, kind of just drifting a little bit lower here. Again, definitely reacting to the CPI number that came out this morning. It wasn't as bad as expected, so the market is kind of happier, but still taking some profits off here. Little resistance would be around the 45 area, 44. I guess that'll be our pivot area there. Again, we got to wait for opportunities and let the market present them for us. We just don't trade, even though I know you feel like you have to trade with the markets moving around a little bit, but you need to find good entry points and good opportunities. And that way, we can try to be profitable here. Just trading because you see the markets flickering back and forth is not a reason to trade. All right, Mark, you take it easy. Try to stay out of the sun. Oh, you got the shades. Very good. Oh, thank you. They actually came over to the house yesterday. Why, LeBron's not good enough for you? All right, market uptick in here. Get a resistance around the 44 to 45 area. The dog is just doing fine. I haven't seen him in a while, though, which is fine with me. All right, again, we focus on the morning hours here to give us our good opportunities, the good ebbs and flows in the market. We feel that there's good dynamics in the market as the day goes on. And if you've been noticing, the afternoon trade is a lot less active. and a lot more kind of one-way trade and very, very slow. So we definitely focus here on the morning hours to give us our good bang for our money. And the dynamics and the opportunities are different in the afternoon versus the morning, that's for sure. So we definitely focus here on morning hours to give us our opportunities to trade. And now the rest of the day, we just have to kind of be a little bit patient. You can definitely use the levels the rest of the day. The price action opportunities become a little bit harder to trade because there's, like I said, different dynamics as the day goes on. So there's definitely going to be different ebbs and flows in the market as the day goes on. So you have to be a little bit mindful of that. But you can use the levels throughout the whole day to give yourself some opportunities to trade. VIX is at 23. It started at 22. There's a little break here to the downside, created a little VIX. Move up a point. A little resistance around the 45 to 44 area. And then support right now would be down at 28. And you have our other levels on the downside. If you look at the chat, you will find those levels that we gave out this morning. So those are our guide to the day as far as going forward. The price action opportunities, I said, are going to be a little bit more skewed in the afternoon. There's more one-way trade than there is in the morning. So it's a little bit different trade. But again, everybody's got different risk tolerances. So any opportunities that we have, or I suggest, is based on the work that we do, and we do have a education course that helps you understand those trades and opportunities. And we do that in our room in here, which again, we're going to have a class here on Thursday. So, and we like to use live charts for that, for those opportunities to teach. Right, we're just kind of a little bit of a range here, so patience is important. Waiting for opportunities is important. We got a resistance around 44 to 45. And I said earlier, anything above, well, definitely 50 would be a good exit strategy if you're going to be short there. Otherwise, just if we get above, well, yeah, if we get above 55, they might go retest the highs there. All right, take a little bit of a break. We gave you some parameters to be focused in on, and patience is important in this game. Get back here a bit.
Hey, a couple quick shout outs and program notes as we get to the end of the morning of this trade along session with Saul. Right now it's 11:28 a.m. Everything we do is for educational purposes only. Nothing's been taken as direct trading or investment advice. Hey, Yara, did you get the information about signing up for these services? Just let me know back in chat. Gene, I'm glad you connected. Nick, let us know if you're sticking around. Hey, Jack. Ingrid. Kenneth, how are you? This is tradealonglive.com, tradealonglive.com. If you like what we're doing here, join us. Tell your friends. We're here trading days between 9 a.m. and 12 noon with the action, the body of the trade happening between 9:30 and 11:30. This is a unique opportunity to trade along with a 25-year veteran trader from the trading pits in Chicago. He gives out his key levels for the morning session, pivot and other levels on top and bottom of that pivot. You can see them reposted in the chat area. We call them levels and zones, or Saul calls them levels and zones. There's a lot that goes on here, both publicly and privately. If you'd like to learn more about trading, let us know. If you'd like to trade, let us know. If you need a trading platform, let us know. If you are not signed up for this service, sign up. I did post the opportunity in the chat area for a significant discount to these services. And again, tradealonglive.com.